We wrote our first blog post about Bitcoin in 2014, but no one read it. After that, Art Laffer and I wrote our first white paper on Bitcoin in 2015. That means Art Laffer is an expert on money. Art finished reading the paper and thought, whoa, this is what I've been waiting for since the US shut down the gold window in 1971. Your own money is in this. It's going to be big. I then asked, how big? Yes, the main idea. How big are you, Art? He asked. How big is the US money supply? It was 4.5 trillion back then. It's now $7.50 trillion. That's a big thought. A person familiar with the talks says that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are talking about cryptocurrency policy. This comes at a time when Trump is campaigning harder than ever to get new votes by talking about Bitcoin and other digital assets. Musk has changed the prices of so-called meme coins. Through social media posts, his appearance on Saturday Night Live to talk about crypto, and a short-lived change in April 2023 when the home button on the X was replaced with a picture of a Shiba Inu, which is the dog breed that is linked to the Dogecoin token. Other crypto supporters, many of whom are connected to Musk, are also trying to get Trump's attention as his team figures out what to say about crypto. Trump has recently made a number of pro-crypto appeals to voters. Last week he wrote on social media that he had a very positive and open-minded view of crypto. At a gathering of the Libertarian Party, he promised to commute the sentence of Ross Ulbricht, who was found guilty of starting the Silk Road online market, where people used virtual currencies to buy illegal goods and hacker tools. Crypto donations can now be made to his cause as well. Trump has recently become more vocally in favor of crypto. This could help his campaign get support from industry political action committees that are raising millions of dollars to back politicians who support crypto. Trump and Musk were said to be talking about a job as an advisor, and the Biden campaign took advantage of the Republicans' efforts to get big donors. A spokesman for Trump's campaign said Thursday that the billionaire leader Elon sees him as a sucker who is selling out America to pay his court fees and get into power. They know that if they give him money for his campaign, he will cut their taxes while he cuts middle-class benefits like Social Security. The Bloomberg Billionaires Index says Musk is the third richest person in the world, but he hasn't given much to politics despite his huge wealth. Records from the Federal Election Commission show that he has given less than $1 million to political candidates since 2009 and nothing this time. A person who knows about the situation says that Musk is liked by Trump campaign staff and other top advisors close to the former president. When Musk took over X, he cut back on content moderation to support free speech. This pleased Trump supporters a lot. For real, they have a score that will be used to judge them. That's an ETF, right? From now on, Bitcoin will be used to grade them. However, none of the spot Bitcoin ETFs have been added to a big platform yet. We believe that will change soon. Their questions tell us what they want to know. Not only do they want to know a lot about Bitcoin, but also about its infrastructure, operations, and risks. This is a new type of product, so the heat is on. The Bitcoin is a new type of currency. Of course, it's a money system, but it's also a new type of wealth. In our world, this means that a fiduciary, someone who manages people's portfolios, needs to think about a new asset class because its yields and risks are not closely linked to those of other assets. That means that over time, profits per unit of risk will go up if you add Bitcoin to a portfolio that already has coins. This is because Bitcoin is an asset with low correlation. One platform must have Bitcoin in order to offer the chance for diversification and better risk-adjusted returns, while the other must not. If this one is right, then they will have a problem. ETFs are a great way to buy and sell stocks. They're able to grow. There is an ecosystem here. This isn't just about the 10 companies or how many are still open. The ecosystem and organization are very flexible because the authorized participants, or market makers, are not all part of the same company. I don't know if any have completely failed yet. Let me tell you that we have dozens of approved participants, and those are the big brokerage firms. This is another reason why they're not being forced to do this. Instead, they're being enticed to do it because the ecosystem of approved participants and market makers is a very profitable one, and these wirehouses host a lot of them. I believe we could grow to hundreds of billions of dollars. The Ethereum ETF, on the other hand, didn't seem to have as much trouble getting accepted as the Bitcoin ETF did. What do you think about that? What I read was that it wasn't going to be okay. It was not going to be allowed at all. So what happened? If it had been passed the normal way, we would have been getting questions, like from the SEC and everyone else. But no one was getting questions from the SEC ahead of time. That was a sign that it wasn't going to work. We'll have to try it again. In just 1 week, the Fit-21 Act started to gain support on both sides of the aisle, and I really think this was one of the things that happened. This could become an issue in the next election. This is an election year. On top of that, I think the government said, oh, and another thing is that former President Trump has become much more comfortable with Bitcoin and crypto in general. And that week he said he would accept crypto donations for his campaign. Again, this idea is important during election years. Next, I can't even tell you how shocked Arkea was when he saw this on the phone. He screamed like what it was less than 3 days after being turned down. We were sure that it would be turned down, and I believe it was this election year. You have the legislative branch, you have Trump, the past president, you had quickfire, and now we're here.